I got a Daisy feeling. I got a Daisy feeling. Yeah.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm Achara Cook, joined by KRISTEN, STEPHENSONPINO.
Hello.
And we are checking out a video by Karl Rock. And this one is called American Snacks Made in India versus Originals. Oh, versus US Originals. Sorry, not just, it's different. But we know that because we've grown up in different countries. And
overseas, and it's always, things can be the same brand and they taste differently.
They do. They
Big
really, really do. So I'm curious to see what Karl Rock has to say about this and which is better, the Indian version or the US Originals. So before we jump into the video, please, guys, give us a subscription, like, follow, share, all that stuff. The normal intro is completely flown out my head, but you know what to do. And also, while you're doing that here, if you enjoyed the video, click on the link in the description and give the original an upvote. Maybe follow Karl Rock from there as well. All right, let's get into it.
Namaste dosto. These are American snacks made in India, and these are the originals made right here in the United States of America. So, what is the difference? Which is cheaper? And just overall, which is a better product? Because there are differences. We are going to see some differences here today. Now, let's start with the candy, okay? I have here KitKat from America, KitKat from India. Now, visually, I know this KitKat here. This is the one that I know. This
That's
is
one
the
I grew up
American
on.
one. Let's open
The
them
Indian
up because
one
there's not
or
too
like
much
the
different
smaller
on
one?
Well, it's similar
packaging.
to the
Let's
one in
see.
Germany overseas
Let's try the
too.
Indian
Right.
version first. I know the Indian version the best because I eat generally all the Indian versions of these snacks. That's all I know. I haven't actually ever tried the American version. Now, the thing with chocolate in India is it's always been like melted and then frozen again, then melted, then frozen again, like 1,000 times before you buy it. So, let's see, the KitKat's wrapped in foil in India. And this is what the Indian KitKat looks like. It looks exactly the same as any other KitKat that I know. Now let me get out, I was gonna eat it, but let me get out the American KitKat. They're both looking about the same. The Indian version is smaller.
American everything's always bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
Now let's go for American.
Why are you
So they
eating
taste
two at the
exactly
same time?
You're gonna see some taste differences, but with the
You would
KitKat,
think the
we don't have
chocolate would
any yet.
taste slightly
And
different,
you can even
though.
see
Yeah.
they look the same inside.
I don't know if I
There
trust
is
him on this
barely
chocolate
any
one.
difference there. Flavor's the same. That is boring.
The only one that I can think of, like KitKat wise, where I've really tasted a difference has been like Japanese matcha KitKat versus any other flavor.
But not the other chocolates?
Well, I didn't try the other chocolates, but in Thailand they have a green tea KitKat, and then in Japan they have a green tea KitKat. And so I bought one from Japan, and then I also bought one from my local supermarket
did?
in Thailand. The quality, the Japanese one was so much better.
It's richer, yeah?
Yeah, it's much richer. The Thai one just tasted kind of like milkier and sweeter, and I didn't really like it as much. So yeah, I wonder.
Because I personally think like when I go overseas and I'm eating the chocolate overseas, to me, the quality is like richer to me always. And the one here just tastes a little cheap and like kind of like it's normally a lot sweeter.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
I don't really like American chocolate unless it's like artisanal, like super fancy American chocolate.
Yeah,
but
then it's good.
Then it's good.
Then they go out of their way for it. Yeah.
But if it's like from your supermarket American chocolate, I'm like, maybe at a movie theater or something like that, I'll have some M&Ms. But otherwise, I'm just gonna give it a miss.
It is 28 cents for a bar, whereas here in the US, it is 84 cents for a bar.
Holy.
Next, let's go for Hershey's Kisses. We've got the Indian version here and the American version here. As you can see, I like the packaging of the Indian version.
No.
It does
Their
look
version
more
is just-
premium.
Well, I like
know,
that
there's
one
some
because you have
Piaz
the
there.
Ziploc,
This
so you can
is
shut them
quite
after.
boring.
This
Yeah.
one, you're like,
But let's
after
go
you
to the
open it, you're
flavor.
done. But the flavor over it tastes like a plastic.
The
Yeah,
Indian
I don't
version
like
is this
it.
nice foil bag, and you also get a resealable layer there, which is good too.
That should be a must.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the milk chocolate flavor.
You mean
But
the
it's weird.
poo
They've
flavor?
used different colors. Can you see that?
But in the US,
the
we
Indian
have
version is gold.
we have
the American
golds too,
version
though.
is
we have
silver.
different colors.
We do,
Now,
yeah.
We have all kinds of different
Indians
colors.
love gold, so I wonder if that was a consideration.
That's cute.
They're trying to say, this is the best chocolate, it's gold. If you use silver, it might not have that same
Second
prestige.
best,
Try the
but
Indian
really
version
it just means first worst. Just kidding. Yeah.
I don't like.
No, I
Hershey's
agree
Kisses.
with you.
Does not
Nice.
taste good.
See,
The
he's
Indian
on our
version
page.
tastes
Yeah.
sickly. Doesn't
Yes.
taste like nice creamy chocolate. Tastes a bit like vomit to me.
Yes.
That's just a feeling I get when I eat this.
I'm
That's
not.
not normal
It's because
for
they
chocolate.
taste
I love
like
chocolate.
It's because they taste like they have plastic
Now
in
let's
it.
go for the
Yeah.
American
They're
version. I'm
disgusting.
drinking water.
Or
in
they're like
between
really
to
dry and
cleanse my
chalky.
palate.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, worse. It's worse.
It's way
I hate
worse.
this.
Yeah, that's about right.
Look at
it's
his face.
so gross. I hate Hershey's Kisses. But you know what the weird thing is like if you eat enough of them,
Then you're fine.
then you're fine. But that first one, it's always like,
Yeah.
why am I doing this to myself? This is actually vom.
I feel like the only time you really eat them is because you're bored.
Yes.
Right?
And they're like the last chocolate
Yep.
that you have
Yeah,
laying
there's
around.
nothing else
Like,
there.
You ate all the good stuff
Yeah.
and the Hershey's Kisses are left over and you're like, well, I guess.
And then the more you eat it, you're like, it's not so bad. Like
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, why did I do that?
Exactly.
Look at his face. though. This is
Nasty.
so
I
good.
know. I'm so glad I'm not the only
Ugh.
one.
It's probably
Horrible.
super sweet.
Man, the American one is worse than the Indian one.
I'm not surprised. It's
I'm
the
not
most
either.
disgusting
Who
chocolate
buys
I've
this and
ever
who
tried.
eats this?
Who buys this?
Honestly, it tastes like vomit to me. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know why it tastes like vomit, but these Hershey's Kisses, it's just disgusting to me.
Nasty. Save your
So the
calories
Indian
for
one
something
tastes
else.
marginally better than the American one. The American one's horrid.
It's America's favorite chocolate bar. It's certainly my chocolate bar, but to a great many people from other parts of the world, the Hershey bar tastes like vomit. Not figurative vomit, but literal, actual human sick.
Yeah,
Oh,
why?
everyone knows what I'm talking about.
When I was in college, I worked at this camp in Pennsylvania, and we took the kids to Hershey Park. And my co-counselor, who is from New Zealand, was very excited. She tried a Hershey Kiss and promptly said, "Oh my God, this tastes like vomit!" And then she made us all eat Cadbury.
Oh my
And this
god,
is one
that's
product
so
which
much
actually
better.
costs more in India.
Okay, I love
This
that
costs
translation.
$1.26. This is $1 in the US. So let's move on from that.
Oh gosh.
And if you're in India and you want a Atmanirbhar Bharat version, go for Amul chocolate. They have this incredible range of chocolates from around the world, and they use different cocos from around the world, and they make these chocolate blocks.
wow.
I really love Amul chocolate. So that's an Atma Nirbhar Bharat version, a made in India or make in India version that you can get. If you like those
That's so
Hershey's
cool.
Kisses, just tell
That
me
is
in the
cool.
comments, because
Who are you? We
find
need
it
to shame you.
strange. Next,
Just kidding. It's fine.
Coke Zero.
Did he
Yum.
grab a regular Coke?
I really like
No,
that.
that's a
This is,
zero.
No, whoa, they really are this small.
That's a mini. That's a
She
mini
literally
one.
pulled one out right now. But this isn't the normal size. They're normally
No,
bigger,
they're
right?
normally.
Okay.
I like
Okay,
the
you
mini
the
ones
minis.
just because I don't want to eat a full one, but then not
You don't want to eat?
Oh my God, I turned really Thai. I always used to like tease my mom because she'd in Thai you can say like
Eat for
gin
drink.
nam, which is like eat water.
Gin nam?
Yeah. So she'd always be like, you want to eat some Coke or something, and I'm like, what? You want to eat, mommy? No. Do you mean drink? She's like, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we do
It's like
have
same thing.
little baby ones. Anyway.
And I can see one difference straight away. The small can is the American can. Sorry, I could only get a small can here for some reason.
All right.
They
Fair
do have
enough.
the bigger ones.
They do, and you can get
And let me
like
show you the
big
difference.
bottles
See?
too.
Normally
You have
fat.
this silver embossing around the text, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The Indian version, they haven't done
not.
a good
Yeah,
print
that's
job. You don't have that
Yeah, you
silver
don't have the
lining
silver.
This one's
around the
nicer?
words Coca-Cola. So,
What are the odds?
yeah. The colors are close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look
The branding is
similar.
all close enough otherwise.
Yeah.
But the Indian version has done a poor job on the print, on the lettering. And
Oh, it's fine.
just for price comparison, the Indian version is much cheaper than the American version.
Really?
I'm not
This
surprised.
can in India costs, 50 cents
Wow.
American. And for the same can here in the US,
Mm-hmm.
$1.19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to the price matching, I have matched like for like products. Even though you're not
Okay.
seing it here,
Okay.
I've matched the price
I
of
was
this
going
can
to
to the
say,
price
because
of the
those
same
chips
can
are
here in
also
the
really
US.
small.
Yeah.
This is what I'm used to.
Oh. Well, now I'm gonna try
I
mine.
do like the Indian Coke Zero a lot. Now, the
you hear
American Coke
that?
Zero, and I have drunken this a few days earlier.
Here we go.
There is a huge freaking difference, and it is not
Really?
a good difference.
Tell me.
The American Coke
sweeter.
Zero tastes more like water. There is
Yeah.
less flavor in this,
Yeah,
and there is
less.
more flavor in the Indian version.
Interesting.
Very
And it's
interesting.
not a different flavor. It's just that good Coke flavor.
It is
But
very
the American
watered
version
down.
tastes more watered down. It's very, very strange how these two can be so different in taste. Yeah, I do not like American Coke Zero. It
It's
just tastes
fine.
watered down. The Indian version tastes like a full strength
Oh wow.
Coke Zero. This is what
Really?
it should taste like.
But like a full strength Coke Zero
More
or full
flavor.
strength Coke.
So to all my American
Yeah, but they're
friends
both
out there,
bad for you,
you guys need
regardless.
to try this Indian
They're
Coke
really
Zero.
bad for your child.
And now I found what the difference is.
really bad for your teeth.
The Indian version
yeah.
uses different sweeteners to the American
Oh,
version.
tell me.
That's the
Which one?
difference. And whatever India's using, it just tastes better.
Oh, okay.
Like substantially better. And let's go and get Pierogi's take on this as well. We'll go and ask him what he thinks. I'm actually shooting this at Scammer Payback's offices. You can see here.
Oh, cool.
He's got his cup. It says Scammer Tears. He's always draining those from the scammers. Now try this. That's the Indian version.
The sweetener's got to be different.
How did you get that? How did you get that?
Because he drinks.
Yeah.
So what I tasted was like it's not stronger, but it's more potent. Like the sweetener in it. Like this sweetener tastes better than this one in my opinion.
Oh.
Like it's almost like brighter or something. Like I wanted to have another sip of this.
Yeah.
Like this one felt like very like bland, almost like they're trying to make it no sugar in it, and then this one was like. I would think that this has like sugar in it.
I'm wondering if you can't use that sweetener here in the US and they've had to use this other one because to me the American one tastes like water now.
It's very interesting. This one definitely tastes better.
The Indian one rocks, right? It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I like this one a lot better.
I did not expect that. This is an American product.
Yeah, exactly.
It should taste best in
It's
America.
like it's a staple. So congratulations, India. You guys got first place.
And when it comes to
so bad.
Atma
Coke
Nirbhar
Zero.
Bharat,
That's
there
so
is-
bad. That makes
I
us look
haven't
so
found an
bad.
Indian diet
Especially
soda.
because it's our
What I
brand.
make at home
Yeah.
would be tea. That is what I would make instead of having Diet Coke. So here we have Lay's sour cream and onion.
Classic.
Now,
Yep,
you'll
textures are
notice
different, though.
on
Yeah.
the Indian packaging, it actually says American style cream and onion, and the American version just says sour cream and onion. I don't
but it
think
has
Indians
cheese
know
in the
what
Indian
sour
picture.
cream is.
Yeah.
At least I've never seen sour cream in India. It's not something that we always eat. So
But we have a
on the
sour cream
Indian
and cheese
package,
too, I think.
if you write sour cream, Indians might get confused and be like, why would I want to eat sour cream? The cream's gone off, the cream's
Yeah,
gone bad.
that's
Why would I
true.
do that?
Yeah.
But no, it's
Like you
something,
would know.
it's a unique kind of dip here in America,
It's
and it's
pretty
really
good.
tasty.
Yeah.
And you'll notice on the American package, you can see
Yeah.
they have green onions.
Uh-huh.
And on the Indian package,
Got some red onions.
Oh,
we have
Oh.
just
regular onion.
normal old onion. Now that's another thing. We don't use much green onion in Indian cooking. So we don't want to confuse people in India.
Yeah,
so we,
that makes
We
sense.
should use, a picture of a normal onion, which everybody's used to seeing.
An
So
onion.
yeah, there's some slight differences in the
That's kinda
packaging.
funny.
Now let's go for taste.
Yeah.
I'll open them both and show you the difference. Quite different in texture. So here's the American chip.
Thinner,
And
there's
here
this thicker.
is the Indian chip. And the
got
Indian
ridges.
chip is crinkle cut. You can see those lines in it. And the American chip,
This
it's just
one?
slices of potatoes
I'm
that
assuming
haven't
it's
been
gonna be a
crinkle
little-
cut
it
and that
has like
have
a
been
little more
fried.
grease.
And on the American chip, you can see a lot
Taste
of
to it?
flavor.
Maybe.
A lot of that green onion on there. And you can see that flavoring on the Indian chip as well. There's just not as much of it.
Theirs is probably healthy.
Let's see if that reflects in
Let's see.
taste. American style.
How is it?
It's yum.
He's like,
Always
I
liked American chips.
like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are good. I eat these in India.
Okay.
Now let's try the original sour cream and onion.
I feel like you should
Flavor's
have
the same,
cleansed your
but-
palate.
The Indian chip is thicker, and the American chip is much thinner and a little bit more creamy. I guess there's
Oh,
a little
more
bit
creamy.
more oil in there. In
Oh,
the
oil.
American
There
version.
you go. There you
But
go.
I only
Close
know this
enough. The
because
flavor is the same.
I'm always comparing.
Good work to Lay's for being able to do that.
Consistent.
So if you're buying these
Lay's is the
American
bomb.
style, they really are, and they taste just like the original American chips. And same for the KitKat. Now,
Or at least
Oh,
those
my
two
favorite.
are consistent. Oh,
who doesn't love Pringles?
I love
These
Pringles.
are relatively new in India.
Oh, sour cream.
And the Indian product is actually imported from Malaysia. And because it's imported from Malaysia, it does cost more than the American version here in the US.
Oh, that's
And I can tell you one thing
interesting.
already. The American can is thicker
Yeah.
than the Indian can, slightly. You know,
Does
like
that
I
mean
can-
that the
can fit
chips
into
are a
that
different
one.
size?
So maybe we've got a size
Very
difference in the
curious.
Pringles already. So American one, and
Oh.
we have the Indian one here.
Wait,
Indian,
that's the
American.
baby one.
Now the American one is simply bigger.
Yeah.
It's bigger than
That's like
the
a mommy
Indian
and a daddy.
Pringle.
The color's different
that's
too.
weird.
Yeah.
Slightly.
A lot of flavor on the Indian one. Now let's go for the American Pringle.
Let's see.
My God. Man, the American Pringle by far
Dude,
is the
you
winner.
can't. You can't.
These have like
you cannot
double the
not lose.
flavor.
We can't lose
of
in the Pringles.
Yeah.
We cannot
the
lose
Indian
in the
Pringle.
Pringles.
And they're more creamy. They're much more creamy than the Indian Pringle. The Indian Pringle is
The Pringle is a
kind of
quality
stale
chip.
in comparison
Oh,
to
really?
how kind of creamy the American version is and how fresh the American version tastes. And remember, this Indian version is being imported from Malaysia and sold to Indians. And if you want my recommendation for Atma Nirbhar Bharat, I love Cornitos chips in India. That's what I eat over
Cornitos.
the stuff. We are going to compare Cocoa Pops and Cocoa Krispies made by Kellogg's. Now, I just need to go and get some milk. One sec. All right, I'm back. I've got some milk in these cups. And,
Cocoa.
okay, the big
what's
difference.
that?
The naming. So in India, it's called Chocos. In the US, it's called
I had cereal
Cocoa
like that when I was growing
Krispies.
up.
So the branding's totally different. In New Zealand, where I'm from originally, it's called Cocoa Pops or Cocoa Puffs. I can't remember. I think it's Cocoa Pops. So let's try it. Got this very small package from India. And for price comparison, the Indian version is about $1 cheaper per package, per big packet, compared to
The shape is different too. So those are
American
more like
version,
a Rice Krispie.
about
chocolate
25%
Rice
cheaper.
Krispie.
Oh, these look very different. Let me
Yeah.
show you.
It's a different product.
The Indian version
Yeah.
is the very big version
I love
there.
Yep.
those. That's,
big
that's,
And the
that's
American
like what I
version
had
is
when I
these
was a
small
kid.
little rice puffs. But it's all the same ingredients, okay? These breakfast cereals are getting quite popular in India, unfortunately.
Just mix
Because,
with a knife.
you know, these breakfast cereals, it's just sugar. In India, we used to, or where I'm from in India, or where I live in India, sorry, in Delhi, a typical breakfast would be a large paratha,
Oh,
which is
so
a
good.
large fried bread,
So
pan-fried
yummy.
bread,
So yum.
stuffed with potato,
Potato?
like a pita bread stuffed with potato
Yeah.
and fried
That's
in
what I wanna
ghee,
eat
which is clarified
breakfast.
butter.
I like it with some.
But these
some
days,
pickle.
kids are starting to eat this
curd.
sugary junk, and color of the milk has gone exactly the same. It goes this chocolatey color.
Oh, that was my favorite. I used to
Give it a
like
go. I try the
Save
Indian
all of
version.
I was
but
never
I've
a
never
cereal
actually eaten
person.
these.
until later. I loved it.
It's okay.
Okay.
This is not, in fact, how you eat cereal, okay? I'm just doing a jugaad here because I couldn't find any spoons. India wins again. The Indian version is just more chocolatey
Yeah.
and more crunchy compared to the American
Yeah.
version, because the American version is like
Small.
It's got a lot of
these
air.
little rice puffs, and
Yeah.
the Indian version is these massive rice kind of
Yeah.
crispy flakes. And the Atma Nirbhar Bharat version, the Make in India version of these cereals, there isn't one as far as I know. Please don't eat this stuff, guys. Like I said earlier, stick to paratha, upma, idli, poha, whatever
All
else you have
delicious.
regionally, stick to that. This stuff
Okay.
is it's not good for breakfast. Oh, now
Yeah,
tell
you
you,
just
every
get
little
energy
kid's
crash.
favorite biscuit, it seems now.
love.
Oreos have got very, very popular in India, and little kids like my nephew in the village, this is his favorite biscuit. That's the amazing thing. How American food, American movies, music, just entertainment has traveled so widely around the world that Oreo has reached Indian villages.
Oh, it's
and little
Cadbury
villagers love
Oreo, it says.
Oreo.
That's weird.
Now, the packaging, okay. The Indian packaging is very nice. Have a look at that, guys.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It looks more premium.
Yeah, but that one looks like the American one here. So I'm wondering if he got this American one from like an American store there.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? Because here, ours looks exactly like that.
That is true. It does look like that at the supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we normally
we normally have a big,
the
like a big box and it opens up.
Of course.
But you can buy them like this, but the packaging does look very similar to the Indian one. But what I'm wondering is sometimes when you buy American products in different countries, they're not necessarily really truly from America.
Yeah, or maybe
Because-
he like bought it at like a random little shop
Yeah,
or
and that's what
something.
I'm thinking,
not
like-
a big supermarket.
Yeah, because I feel like that one is like a knockoff brand of Oreos that he has, because we do have the same brands except for we have knockoffs.
Same size, except the Americans are calling their size king size.
I like the double stuff.
I would call this king
Yeah.
size, guys.
The king
One
size
great
might
thing
be
I
the
like
double,
about
though.
American
Normally.
packaging,
No,
though,
yeah, well, the
they
double
tell
one
you
has
exactly how many calories
Yeah.
is in each serving on every single thing we
Yeah.
have here. That is a really great initiative because it
it
makes
stops
you
me
think,
from eating too much.
Same.
if I eat this, it's going to
Right.
cost me 150
Same.
calories.
Yeah.
Just helps you. And then when you see something which is 1,000 calories, you're like,
Oh, God,
"Oh, maybe
yeah.
I should avoid that and go for something which is lower calorie."
That's
So here
me
we
and
have them
Cheesecake
both.
Factory.
We have the American Oreo here.
American
Here's
the-
this
yeah.
one, the left.
and the Indian
Oreo
Oreo.
is like
so the American
darker.
Oreo, it's slightly bigger, only
It's a lot darker,
slightly
too.
bigger,
Yeah.
guys. Just a tad bigger. The American Oreo is darker in color. The
Yeah.
Indian Oreo is lighter in color. That's quite a big difference.
Yeah.
The American Oreo, I can already see, has more
Yeah.
filling
Filling.
inside it. Let me crack this open. Lee dropped it. Got it. Okay, so it looks like the American version here has a bit more filling. The filling goes more to the edge than the Indian version. Although the Indian version looks prettier, looks much prettier. Now for the taste test.
Okay, hold on. How do you normally eat your Oreos?
I normally dip them in, or I open them and I take the middle out. Or right, like
Yeah.
you normally like
Yeah,
you
I'm
open
that
up,
person.
You take the middle out, and then I throw the rest. Or sometimes, or I just leave it and I dip them all together and eat it through the middle. I don't know. You cannot not do that.
I
Like,
love to eat just the frosting by itself.
But what I'm going to say was when he says that it looks pretty on the inside, that's not necessarily true, because sometimes when you open them, they look really beautiful to where you could just peel off
yeah,
the white.
the perfect peel.
So that comparison, I'm like not like that one's kind of like that one could go
yeah.
throw that away.
I'll open it up and I'll either like just lick the middle, or I'll like do the peel and just like nibble it, or I'll just have it open and then just have the base with the frosting on top and eat one side, and then I'll eat the other plain.
It's bagging
Indian
inside.
Oreo is good, but I've never had an American Oreo, so let's find out.
How is it?
Oh man, what is the difference?
Yeah, what's
Oh.
the difference?
I could not taste the difference between the American Oreos
Oh,
and the Indian
interesting.
Oreos.
I
thought maybe
even
it would
though
be
they
a
look
little more
slightly
chocolatey.
different.
Me too.
Both taste great.
It won't be lighter.
And, okay, the pricing, get this. 34 cents
Oh,
for
no,
this
ours is
full
probably like
Indian
$2.
packet. This packet, same size,
Almost
$1.84.
Wow. Plus
So
tax.
India is
Yeah, plus
killing
tax.
it on the price of this. That's incredible. America produce these in India and bring them across. Maybe you can lower the price here in America of these cookies.
No, 'cause
Yum.
then you got to pay
I
for.
totally expected
be more,
the Indian
yeah.
versions to be not as good because they are so much cheaper. I thought perhaps they are cutting down on the quality and it might be affecting the flavor. But really, the KitKat was great, the Lay's were great, the Chocos were great, the Coke Zero was better, the Oreos were great, and those are all way cheaper than the original American versions. The Pringles and the M&Ms weren't great, but then again, they weren't made in India. Maybe India could produce these and make them as good as the American version. I do like American chocolate, like Reese's Pieces and the M&Ms, the peanut butter
That
M&Ms.
is
Those are out of
That's
this
good.
world.
Those
Like I
ones
said
are
with the
better than
Coke,
Europe.
I think you got slight differences in flavor and taste because there's different food standards in both countries. Like perhaps in the US, they can't use the artificial sweetener that India is using, and that's making a huge taste difference in this Coke.
It makes you wonder
So
what it is that they're
There's a lot of food regulations
using.
in every country, and that's why these things taste slightly different.
I think a lot of
around the
our
world.
things are banned in
I
other
thought it
countries.
might come down to price cutting, like the flavors were different because they're trying to make a cheaper product. But I mean, it's been proven. A very cheap packet of Oreos can taste basically the same as the original American version, and you know, things can taste even better, like the Chocos versus the Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah. Did we miss the M&Ms?
I
Did
don't
we
think
miss
he-
that? Yeah,
I
he
don't
didn't
think
do
he
M&Ms.
did- he didn't do
How
them.
dare you? Carl Rock,
Skip that.
you skipped the M&Ms.
I was waiting for the M&M,
I
but
know.
you know.
I was like, what happened? I see M&Ms here. Did you get bored?
He may have messed up on recording or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Sometimes it happens. We do it.
yeah, just did it. No, that was really cool. I thought that was a really interesting and fun video because, I mean, I do have a lot of curiosity about like how different things taste in different places. And for sure, there are some things that taste way better in certain countries than in others. So I've never had a Coke Zero in India. Now I'm very curious. Now I'm like, I guess I'll be having Coke Zero when I land. But I will say this, I had a Thumbs Up, which is, I guess, kind of like the Indian own brand of cola. And I actually like that better than Coca-Cola. I thought it tasted really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say anything.
That's all right. But you do know your Oreos.
I do know
and
my
your
Oreos
chips.
and my chips.
Yeah, it's good to know like that they're similar. There was one thing when I was in India that I bought and I didn't realize, like I didn't look at the price, was probably my bad, but like I really like these icebreaker, they're like sugar-free mints. Over here.
Okay.
Just like to keep them in my handbag for, you know, in case of an emergency. If you want to chat someone up and you're like, oh my God, I just ate an entire onion, you know, just pop some of those in and they taste pretty good too. I bought them and I guess I kind of thought that they would be like cheaper because I just assumed that everything would be like
less expensive
because I just assumed that it's probably like made by Wrigley's or whatever, but it's made in India and so it would be cheaper. But I looked at the receipt afterwards and I was like, wow, are they really that expensive? And I wondered if they might have been more expensive than in America or at the very least about the same price, which was kind of surprising to me because I really thought that they would be less.
Because they have it like cheaper where you're from. So then you're kind of like, I refuse to pay that much for that. Like, you know what I mean? You get a little snotty with it.
That used to be me with clothes. When I was going back to Thailand more regularly, I would, you know, it's so cheap to buy clothes in Asia. And then you come to the States and they're selling the exact same things that you can buy down at the market. And it's like $30 or something. And I'm like, shut up. That's like $3. Why are you? But then now I've lived here for so long that my brain is kind of like changed. So I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's reasonable. And then I go back to Thailand and I'm like, everything's so cheap.
You load up there.
I do. I go with an empty suitcase.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, come.
I have to go with you.
Yeah, come with me to
go shopping.
Thailand, and then I'll go with you to Japan, and then we should go to India.
And then go to India too. I want to do this retreat out there.
She's been trying to convince me, you guys.
Yeah, they have like this yoga retreat out in India and I want to go.
Maybe we'll do that. So anyway, we've completely gone off topic.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, all notifications, and upvote this video. We'll catch you next time. I'm Achara Cook. This is
KRISTEN.
Ciao. Bye.